Hi guys, it's me, Susan. It's day 34 of the Broken Heart Club. I'm laughing because I just finished a 10-minute post that then was cut off right when I was getting to the end because I didn't have enough space on my stupid phone. So this is at take two. Hopefully it'll be better. I was a little rambling, but you know me. I always end up rambling to some extent. Um, I just wanted to, let's see, bring you up to speed on what's going on with me and my various little issues. My broken hip issue is the status of my hip, I think, is pretty darn good. I rarely feel any pain in my hip at all, just occasionally a twinge. I continue to do my exercises, and I've kind of built that into my day, so it's not something I have to force myself to do to strengthen my muscles. I went to see the orthopedic surgeon last week, and he said he feels, first of all, we found out that my leg length discrepancy is only 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter, which was very good news. It's not quite as gimpy, although I said to him, why am I still walking like a pirate, you know? I tip over when I walk, and he said, it's because your muscles are still weak and they're not supporting you. You have I have a lot of knee pain now too, which is worse than the hip pain actually. And he said, you have a loss of cartilage, some cartilage in your kneecap, but you had that long before the surgery, and but your muscles allowed you to compensate for it, so it wasn't bothering you. So presumably you can get back to that place again as your muscles strengthen. It's now been, it's coming up on 5 months. It'll be 5 months next week since the accident and the surgery. But I'm just thrilled that I'm able to be as mobile as I am, even though the knee pain is unpredictable and it comes and goes, and sometimes I feel like I'm almost normal, and other times I'm actually having to grab my cane because I'm hobbling so much due to the knee pain. So I'm just going to try to give that more time. I think the report from him was really good, and I don't need injections or anything, and we'll just see how that progresses. But the more I can get more and more mobile, and that's what makes me happy. Um, the other reason that makes me happy is because I'm getting ready to leave on vacation, and it's my very first cruise, and I've been invited to go along with Cameron and his mom, and a couple of her kids and her new husband and some friends are there, so it's going to be a fun group excursion down to the Caribbean and around at some different Caribbean islands. It's very casual and just kind of hanging at the beach. And I think Cameron and I are the only cruise virgins. Everyone else has been on a cruise before. I never have, so I'm real excited about seeing what that's like. Back when when Mike was alive, I always wanted to go on a cruise, but he would never go because he said, will be one of those ones that gets where everybody gets sick, or you get Legionnaire's disease, or you sink, or something, you get bombed by terrorists, something bad is going to happen. So we never could do that, but now I can, and I'm real happy about that. Plus I'm really looking forward to just taking some time off and relaxing. I've been working pretty hard, and you know, that's part of life too, but so is taking some time off, so I'll be really thrilled about that. The other thing I wanted to mention was that this is day 34 of the Broken Heart Club, and that means it's only been a little more than a month since I shifted over from the Broken Hip Club to the Broken Heart Club, and started in on my kind of personal, emotional research into heartbreak, and what it means, what it's about for different people, the different ways of experiencing it, and how to respond to it. And it's hard for me to believe it's only been a month, because I feel like I've traveled so far since that initial shock. The shock, in that case, it was the shock of learning that the relationship that I had been working on and participating in for almost 2 years suddenly took a radical turn, and the guy I was dating moved away, and that was, you know, that was very sudden, and I was very devastated, and of course felt like the relationship was over and struggled a lot with how that could happen. But since then, I just feel like I've grown so much from that, both in reading and understanding more about the experience of heartbreak, the concepts that Brene Brown talks about, where you can't, if you're afraid of having your heart broken, you won't fully engage in your life. You won't be a wholehearted person living your life, because you'll be trying to protect yourself from that pain, and no one can. If you remember my saying, I think our first heartbreak is when we are born and we're separated from our mothers forcibly. I mean, we could probably be in there forever if something didn't happen, and contractions kind of push us out of paradise where everything is just perfect and groovy, and we spend the rest of our lives trying to capture that again, trying to find somebody that we can merge with and be one with, and we can't do it because we're separate people, and we're different, and and we die, and we just can't have that blissful state again, although we can be very happy. It's not about that at all. It's just we can't be in that unconditional state of acceptance from another person without really first being able to do that for ourselves. So the idea of heartbreak means your heart breaks open, and then new things, I've heard it referred to as wisdom, comes out. I've heard it referred to as compassion, little seeds, little heart seeds that go everywhere and have the potential to grow into new experiences, new loves, new pieces of life that spring up when we are willing to take the risk to let ourselves be heartbroken. So I'm just, my relationship with Tigid, which is the guy I was dating, not am dating anymore. It continues. It's totally different. We don't talk that often, but I'm looking forward to an opportunity to see him again. It just won't happen very frequently. We'll see. I have no idea. I feel open to all kinds of new experiences, and none of that could have happened, including the experience of kind of being more in control of my own life. I was sort of like really kind of betting on that relationship, getting it to turn into something that it just wasn't destined to turn into, but I didn't know that, and I'm really happy that I learned that, because now I'm investing more in my own self and running my life and giving it some thought about how I want things to go and where I want to put my energy. So again, it's sort of like something starts out being bad. It's like this broken hip, which I still wish hadn't happened. That's the one thing I would go back and change. I wouldn't necessarily change the cancer. I wouldn't change the broken heart. I would change the broken hip if I possibly could, but I can't. In fact, I have to tell you, I have this plan. I swear I'm going to do it. At the top of my hip, where they opened it up to go into the... Jolie is howling, so try to ignore that. I'll be right there, girl. Where they opened it up to go put the nail in down my femur, there's a scar about this big. It's kind of diagonal. And I intend, when enough time has passed that the scar is stable and I know it's like how it's going to look permanently, I'm going to tattoo a heart around it, and the line down the middle will be the broken heart. Because really, if I had to say that the biggest heartbreak in the past year for me has been that darn hip break, because it totally has changed my life, and I'll be okay, but I really would rather that not have happened. So anyway, it's just all good, and so what starts out feeling like it's bad turns out to be good if you just stay open to letting new things happen and showing up and trying to be true to yourself and trying to be real. And it'll take you in the direction you need to go, even if you have no clue where that is or where it's going to end up. So that makes me real happy, and I hope that sharing some of that with you will help you be open as well to when things don't go your way, that's not the end of the world. In fact, it's the beginning of something new. And new stuff is what makes life exciting. The old familiar stuff is valuable too, but you got to have new stuff. I think that's what keeps us keeps us growing and bubbling. Okay, so that's my story for tonight. I hope you all have a good rest of the week. I don't think I'll probably be posting before I leave. I leave next Thursday. We'll see. If not, maybe I'll do a post from the cruise ship. That might be fun. Anyway, have a good one. It was great talking to you. I hope you all are doing well. And until I talk to you again, remember to live well, laugh often, and love much. And I'll see you soon on the Broken Heart Club. Bye now.